You and me, we have to have a serious conversation because I heard that you're insecure to the point where you are waiting for other people's approval to live your own life. You are not allowed to go out by yourself. You don't wear the clothes you like. You don't wear the makeup you like. You feel trapped in your own body. You can't live your life. And we gotta change that. Hello, my name is Jelia. Welcome back to my YouTube channel where I teach you how to become more confident. These are the topics that I'm going to be discussing in today's video. If you like, you could skip to one of those sections. Also, before we start, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel down below this video so I can finally afford a new microphone. I'm joking, guys, no. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel down below this video if you want to keep seeing more videos like this in your future. And I'd say let's get serious now and start with number 1. It starts with you paying attention to what you lack instead of what you have. You pay attention to other people's lives. You compare your face to the Instagram models. You compare your success to everybody else. You compare your whole timeline to other people. Of course, you can feel comfortable. You can feel confident with yourself. There is no way that you could. You are ignoring the only thing that you have. Yourself. You do not care about yourself. Let's start with hygiene. When was the last time you showered properly? When was the last time you took 3 minutes in the morning to brush your teeth before school? When? Exactly. What food have you been eating? What are you feeding to your body and your brain? You keep scrolling on TikTok all day. You keep consuming the bad, negative, and fake news all day long. And then you wonder why you feel like this. At this point, you ain't even consuming it anymore. It's consuming you. Yeah. You focus on the wrong things. You don't focus on your mental well-being. You don't focus on fulfilling yourself inside. You only focus on the outside. I know what you want. You're gonna get off this video and you're gonna instead search for a quick 7-day tutorial on how to glow up because you want to be the prettiest girl walking on the school ground. You're gonna try out new styles. You're gonna try out new makeup. But guess what? When you take that makeup off, and when you take those clothes off, what is gonna remain? You. You. And you're unhealed and you're unhappy with yourself. And even when your inner self is unhealed, broken, and when you feel unsafe in your own skin, no amount of makeup and no designer clothes will heal those wounds. Nothing. It might boost your confidence temporarily, short term, but it won't give you the type of long-term confidence that you are actually here for. This is why you're watching this video, because you want to become confident. Then let me tell you that the real confidence comes from the inside, not from the outside. I don't know why people keep confusing these two terms, but confidence and beauty have nothing to do with each other. Nothing. You can have the most beautiful face and still be insecure as hell. I know girls from my school that have beautiful faces and they still keep bringing other girls down and talking behind their backs. And that screams insecurity. No matter how pretty you are, if you are not fulfilled and at peace with yourself inside, you can never be confident. Never ever. And why is it that you are not confident? Because you don't take time to invest in yourself, and that makes you feel unworthy. And when you feel unworthy, when you feel like you have abandoned yourself, you have no hope. You can't have hope that anybody else on this planet would care for you because you are not even caring for yourself. As I said, you don't even take care of your hygiene. I mean, we don't even need to go any further at this point. Another thing that a lot of insecure people are struggling with is that they start living their lives for other people. You gotta stop living your life for others and start living for yourself. I used to be very, very anxious about anything in my life. Any decision I had to make was a torture, okay? I have to tell you, I missed out on so many opportunities. I felt like I was not allowed to wear the clothes I liked. I didn't go to the places I liked because that would mean I would have to go alone most of the time. I didn't do the things I liked, and it was so bad to the point where I didn't even express my own opinion because I was afraid that somebody in the room would disagree with my opinion. It was so bad. And I know a lot of you people watching this video right now are feeling the same. And this is the problem. You're waiting for people to give you a sign that you can act a certain way. And let me be brutally honest with you, no matter what you change and no matter how you act, some people are always going to disagree with what you're doing, saying, wearing, etc. People are always going to have something to comment on. Every time, if you change your appearance for that group, for them to like you, maybe some people that have liked your original style won't like the way you dress anymore, and they will comment on it. And they will also see that you're easily influenced, which is also not good. People are like this. They are simply gonna have to say something every time you do something. No matter how right it is, no matter how much you like it. Doesn't matter. People are always gonna find something to say. And you have to accept this. The most important thing is that you like it. And that you are fulfilled with the way you're living your own life. I want you to actually think about something. We tend to seek approval from others constantly, and we tend to impress others, okay? But when this is all said and done, it never fulfills you long term. It is a great ego boost for a moment, but it never fulfills you. Why? Because you constantly feel the need to prove yourself to somebody. You are burned out. And you're gonna be insecure as long as you keep living your life for other people and caring about what other people have to say about you and what other people think about you and the things you do. You're gonna be living the miserable life of yours as long as you let other people's comments influence your mood. You also gotta understand that nobody on this planet has come to this planet born with confidence, because confidence is something you achieve or gain throughout your life. Confidence cannot show up naturally. And this is why I want to talk about the fake it till you make it mindset. I have a huge problem with people telling you, fake it till you make it. You can become confident by tricking your brain because it cannot separate reality from the true world. Girl, this looks with manifesting. Let's be real. This is what I talked about in my manifestation video. But this is not how confidence works. Confidence is a different type of energy, and energy cannot be faked. You carry energy wherever you go. It's either low energy or it's high energy, and confidence is high energy. Energy is something that cannot be faked. And you can act like you're confident all you want, but energy is gonna be felt, and people are gonna sense that insecurity. If you are somebody who has been insecure the whole life, you don't know what confidence feels like yet. You don't know. And you can act as something or somebody that you've never been before. You can just be and feel confident. You can't. It's gonna feel performative. People are gonna notice it. You're gonna come off as arrogant. And when you fake the confidence until you make it, instead of actually working on yourself to make little steps forward to boost your confidence long term, there is a danger of you becoming somebody who you're actually not. The point of confidence isn't acting like you're confident. Confident people are simply okay with being who they truly are, and they like to embrace that. This is what confidence means. Confidence is not something that should or can be faked. It can't. Because that way, by faking it till you make it, you're building a persona that doesn't exist. You are not embracing who you are. And this is why I have the problem with the fake it till you make it concept. Because confidence, just like everything else, comes with hard work, consistency, and time, not overnight. Nothing that is stable comes overnight. Long-term success doesn't come overnight. Confidence doesn't show up overnight. It is something that you have to gain through life, and that is something that you have to work on. A wise man once said that the action of confidence comes first and feelings of confidence come later. In order to become confident through action, you have to take risks. You have to challenge yourself. You have to leave your comfort zone. You have to leave your bubble. Ooh, you ain't gonna like this one. No. Yes, you have to act despite being anxious. You have to. Because confident people are not the people that don't fear. Everybody fears. Confident people are the ones that act even with fear. They don't let fear being bigger than their wish to act and change. They act despite the fear. The reason why most people never step out of their comfort zone is because they're afraid that they will lose. But you're not confident, are you? Because otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video. So you lost your confidence already. A person that loses their confidence has lost themselves. And if you lose yourself, you've already lost everything. You've hit the rock bottom. You have nothing left to lose, do you? So what are you afraid of losing? Do you like that person? Then go approach them. The worst they can say is no. But at least you will know you tried. Do you want to apply for that job? Go and apply. What is stopping you from that? If they reject you, apply somewhere else or apply there again. I don't know. Just keep trying, keep repeating, keep applying. Companies are gonna reject you. People are gonna reject you. It's gonna feel at some point like the whole world is against you. But that doesn't mean that you're unworthy and that you should stop trying. How weak are you? Literally, how weak are you? You believe that because one company has rejected you, there is not literally 1,000 different ones in your surrounding that would love to hire a worker just like you. The biggest mistake is thinking that you have failed your life because you got rejected once. As long as you keep trying, you are not letting yourself lose. You keep fighting. And when you finally succeed, you're gonna look back and think, wow, this has led me to a journey I was meant to be on. I have learned and developed throughout the way. And you're gonna be thinking, I actually wasn't even supposed to get the job at that company because this was the path I was supposed to go. And not only will your confidence rise, because despite failing, you still kept going and didn't disappoint yourself and leave yourself alone until you succeeded. This is gonna boost your confidence, but you're also gonna go the path that you desire to go. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't it? But you have to keep acting, you have to keep trying, you have to keep coming out of your bubble and your comfort zone. You are the one that is keeping yourself trapped. You want to see the whole world, but you keep staying in one street. I am an extremely introverted person and I love my room. I love this space. I have made it so beautiful and I could literally never leave it. I could literally stay here for the next 70 years and die inside of it. Literally. But if I keep doing that, if I don't show up, how am I gonna earn my money? How am I gonna get my education? If I didn't get this camera and start recording, how would I help people out there? I was literally I was really confident before, but recording videos and posting this on social media was such a huge step for me because I never showed my face on social media anywhere. I was so afraid. I struggled with my appearance. I struggled with my whole confidence. I struggled with everything about myself. Literally, not even whole 2 years ago, 1.5 years ago, I was not the person that is being in front of the camera right now. I was insecure. I was broken. People kept betraying me. I was in the worst place possible. I was not the person that I'm today. And taking this camera, buying this ring light and this little microphone and actually coming on here to keep talking about my experience, about what I have learned, to give you an example, to give you an advice, that it was literally a huge step for me because this meant exposing myself. But I knew if I don't step out of my comfort zone and actually get on YouTube and talk about the things that I desire to talk about, I would stay unfulfilled in my little bubble and I would never go out of it. There would always be a dream that I wished to fulfill but never got to because I was too insecure. And when I posted the first video on YouTube, which I was very afraid to do, I recorded my next one 2 days after and I posted it 1 week after, immediately, because I broke the ice. However, there is a very thin line between confidence and arrogance, and we have to discuss this right now because you obviously don't know how confidence looks like. And I made the mistake of believing that my arrogance was confidence. The first difference between confidence and arrogance is that confidence doesn't need any external validation. It's not loud, it's silent, it's secure. Arrogance has to scream on the top of their lungs how confident they are. They have to tell other people how secure in themselves they are. But with a confident person, that is not the case, because confidence, as I mentioned, is an energy that is simply being felt by people in the surrounding. You are powerful. You don't even have to say a word. When you're confident, people are gonna notice. People are gonna feel that strength that comes from you. Also, confident people trust their abilities to the fullest, but yet stay grounded. While arrogant people think that they're better than anyone. If you're walking around thinking you're better than anyone and that makes you confident, sorry to break it to you, but you're actually not confident, you're just arrogant because you're not better than anyone. A confident person is aware that that there is always something they can learn better, that there is something they can become better at, because confident people know that you can't know everything. You can't be the best at everything. And you always have the opportunity to learn. And confident people are even going to engage with other people that are better than them to learn from them. While arrogant people think that they are a know-it-all and that they have it all figured out, confident people also like to teach others about what they know. They want to make this world a better place. They want to share their knowledge. But arrogant people, they bring other people down because they think having knowledge is making them superior. It's making them more powerful than you. And just to mention the fake it till you make it concept one more time, if you are doing the fake it till you make it concept long term, this is gonna make you arrogant. This is exactly the type of person that you're gonna become. You are not gonna gain confidence. You're gonna become arrogant because you are acting like you're confident. Arrogant people act like they're confident. They're not truly confident and they do not how to embrace that energy. Last but not least, it is important that we break the myth of confidence. It is often believed that confident people are fearless or the confident people always enjoy their lives and that no bad stuff happens to confident people or whatsoever. And this is so wrong. If you think this, please stay for this part of the video because this is gonna be important for you. Being confident doesn't give you abilities to skip on some life-changing events. Confident people are confident because they experience betrayal. They're confident because they experienced fear. They're confident because they were broken multiple times. But instead of victimizing themselves and living a miserable life, crying themselves to sleep all day, they decided to take those experiences and actually try to reshape their persona. They try to learn from this and they try to build a better life for themselves. I'm a confident person. It doesn't mean that I'm not gonna experience some painful events in my life. It doesn't mean that I'm not gonna get betrayed. It doesn't mean that I do not fear making new decisions in my life, starting some new chapters in my life. I do fear. I'm a human and it's normal. But being confident means that even if I am afraid, I'm still gonna take that step forward and see where it leads me. A confident person will let themselves fear, but then remember that it's just a feeling and not reality. That fear is something that naturally occurs before any new process starts. A confident person is not gonna let that fear stop them from reaching something they want. And again, I'm taking my YouTube channel as an example. I was afraid to start my YouTube channel, but my wish to share my experience with people and help other people become better and more confident in themselves was overweighting all the downsides that my fear was causing, okay? This is what confidence is. Being confident doesn't mean that you're gonna have an easy life, but it means that you're gonna have the courage to actually get up when something starts standing in front of you. And you're gonna jump over that obstacle. Confidence is something that helps you live, that keeps you away from wasting time, and gives you the courage and the opportunity to try new things, even with fear. This is what confidence is. It is something you have to build, not something that comes overnight. And despite building it, you're gonna struggle sometimes, but it's gonna be easier for you to get up. And with this, you reach the end of this video. I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.